Hello, we are a group from Mr. Regan Cheong's class, and we'll be sharing with you about Heathrow International Airport. The airport is located 20 kilometers west of London city centre, and the airport has 5 passenger terminals, 2 runways, and a host of public and private transportation options. Heathrow Airport is located to the west of central London, near the intersection of M4 and M25 motorways. Depending on the traffic, it takes 50 minutes or more to drive to the airport from the centre of London. Terminals 1, 2 and 3 are close together at the centre of the airport grounds. If approaching on M4, exit junction 4 and follow the signpost. The approximate exit from the M25 is junction 15. Terminal 4 is located on the southern block of airport grounds. If you are on M4, you need to pick up the M25 running south at junction 4B, follow the M25 south to junction 14 and follow the signs to Terminal 4. Terminal 5 is located on the Western Perimeter Road and has its own dedicated access road. As with Terminal 4, drivers will need to leave at M4 at junction 4B and drive south on the M25. Exit at junction 14 and follow the signposts.
London Heathrow Airport is the busiest airport in the United Kingdom and also the busiest airport in Europe with regard to total passenger numbers. In terms of worldwide airport statistics, London Heathrow Airport is the 3rd busiest airport. In 2016, the airport had a total of 75.7 million passengers served. This translates to about 206,800 passengers daily. The airport also handled 1.5 million metric tons of cargo that year. About 470,000 air transport movements are made throughout the year. Heathrow Airport has begun its construction on its 3rd runway to increase its capacity.
Do you know what is FOD? So now let's talk more about FOD. FOD stands for Foreign Object Debris. Debris is likely to cause damage to an aircraft, particularly when its wheels run over it or when it is stuck up into an engine. FOD is generated from operating activities such as aircraft servicing or maintenance, jet blast effects, windborne debris from adjacent areas, personnel, weather phenomena, or constructional activities. Heathrow controls the FOD problem by visually inspecting the runway 4 times per day, as well as using the taser system. The taser system provides a continuous high-accuracy inspection of their runways without causing disruption to traffic flow. The taser radar constantly scans over the runway and automatically detects, locates, and alerts the operator to potentially dangerous FOD. The unique radar systems or the radar design delivers unrivaled sensitivity and accuracy at distances of up to 1 km. There is also a taser camera system which provides a real-time video image of the object, the FOD. For optimum performance in all light conditions, the camera system uses 4 key components. Firstly, a wide field of view camera to give the user context. Secondly, a high zoom color camera for daytime use. Thirdly, a high zoom low light camera for nighttime. And lastly, an infrared illuminator for use in very low or zero light. Operating outside the visible spectrum, the illuminator acts as a spotlight for the night camera with no risk of distracting or confusing pilots. Now I'll be talking about the operation of the taser. Firstly, the FOD detector will trigger the alarm, and the taser user display highlights the object's location. The camera will then enable the live footage of the FOD for visual confirmation. And lastly, the coordinates from the GPS will be sent to the operations staff for accurate location and efficient removal of the FOD. Some benefits of using the taser is actually enhancing the runway safety, wildlife control, runway capacity gains increase passenger satisfaction, reduce carbon dioxide emissions, and minimizing the cost of FOD. Some of the FOD that is found in Heathrow is actually plastic bags, empty oil cans, used security tags, drink cans or bottles, nuts or bolts, tools, baggage, tags, abandoned equipment, and other miscellaneous items.
A wildlife strike is defined as a collision between wildlife and the aircraft itself. Normally, the wildlife in question are birds. The consequences of a wildlife strike can range from damage to the aircraft and massive delays, as well as even loss of life in certain scenarios. The estimated cost of a wildlife strike can be chalked up to be roughly €1 billion in a single year, with up to 374,000 hours in flight delays and 150,000 damage of average repair cost, assuming that the aircraft is damaged, and €15,000 assuming the aircraft is not damaged. As such, wildlife management is something that we must take into account. Wildlife management is the manipulation of an animal's behavior or habitat in order to achieve a balance between the needs of the animals and the needs of the people. It is important that this is done in an ethical way. The goal of wildlife management is to reduce the risk of wildlife to aircraft operations. This can be done in two ways. Firstly, we alter their behavior so that the animals do not occupy the critical safety zones in the airside operations. The second way is to understand their needs and requirements so that we can understand how their behaviors might pose safety concerns to the airplane. Wildlife in Heathrow usually ranges from several species of birds and bats. For birds, we have gulls, pigeons, geese, starlings, and corvids, and each species of bird, there are many subspecies as well. Heathrow Airport employs 5 different methods to manage wildlife. The first one is habitat management, which is to say, avoiding conditions that may attract wildlife, such as food, shelter, water, or resting areas. The second method is having routine patrols, which is to say, having teams of people patrol the airside in usually random and not routine patterns so that the wildlife does not become accustomed to the way that they patrol the area. The third method is using remote detection systems, which is to say having sensors and cameras in place that would allow teams to find out the areas where animals are congregating first and thus plan their patrols accordingly. With the addition of remote detection systems, they can also lower the frequency of the amount of patrols that they have to conduct in a single day. The amount of patrols that can be conducted in a single day can range from any time between once every 30 minutes to once per day. The fourth method is direct intervention, which is to say if a patrol isn't enough to scare off the wildlife, they'll have to use external methods such as creating loud noises using various equipment, usually flare guns or starter guns.